Okay, boys and girls, so in the last video we looked at the thermometer and how we can use it to measure the temperature. And if you remember on this one, we followed the red line and it was 10 degrees Celsius, which was the temperature on this. Now we worked that out by using the scale up the side of the thermometer where it started at 0 and ended at 22. And the scale went up in ones. We counted 1, 2, 3, 4. We counted in ones. Now, that's easy to do when we've got quite low temperatures. But if I had, let's say I boiled the kettle and I wanted to check the temperature of the water in that kettle, I'm going to need a really, really long thermometer if I want to get numbers 1 to 100, or maybe even higher than 100, because the temperature doesn't stop at hundreds. You can get thousands of degrees Celsius. Very, very hot, obviously. So I can't have a thermometer that's big. It's not practical to keep it. So what we do is we change the scale on the thermometer. Okay, now this version isn't quite as arty. Okay, so here I've got another thermometer and I'm going to bring it in a bit closer just so you can see. Now on this thermometer, you can see my scale is going up in another times table that we know. If I look at the numbers, I've got 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. Now I wonder if you can see what times table it's going up in. And while I do that, the stopwatch that always goes off in my drawer is going off right now. And I'm going to go and find it and stop it because I don't know how to make it stop. Sorry, boys and girls. Let's put that there. Okay, so in this thermometer, the scale is not going up in ones, it's going up in twos. So if the temperature, let's draw it on. So here's my red pen. I'm just going to use, okay, if it was 2 degrees, it would come up. See if I can hold it here at the same time. I would go up to here and all of this would be red. Let's pretend I've coloured it in properly. Okay, so this is my 2 degrees line. Exactly the same. If it was 6 degrees, I'd find 6 and I would show it here and I would colour it all the way down. Okay, because those numbers are in my 2 times tables, this is my 2 scale. So that would show 6 degrees Celsius, which looks just like this, okay? Now, just because the number 7 isn't on here, doesn't mean I can't show 7 degrees Celsius, but I need to use my brain a little bit more because I know that there's 6 and there's 8 and 7 is going to be in between them. In fact, it's going to be exactly halfway between them. It's going to be around there to show 7 degrees. So my line would just go halfway between 6 and 8. Okay, so if I wanted to show 7 degrees Celsius, I would show a line going halfway between them. Okay, now really quickly, I'm going to change the scale on my thermometer again because it doesn't have to be in twos. It could be in anything. Now, if I rub those numbers out, if I wanted to get some really big numbers on my thermometer, I might have a scale in 5 degree intervals. So I'm going to still start at 0 here, and I'm going to have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. Now I've got some really big numbers there on my thermometer. Okay, and in much the same way now, if I use my red pen, let's rub this out a little bit. If I use my red pen and I said, right, I want to show 25 degrees. There it is. I'd find 25. I think, right, well, 25 is by there. Because I can go, well, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I can count in 5s. And if I wanted to add another 10 degrees, if I said, oh, it was 25 degrees and it got, which looks like this, 25 degrees Celsius, okay, and it got 10 degrees hotter, so it was 25 degrees and it got 10 degrees hotter, I'm going to add 10 more degrees, so 25, 30, 35, so I'm going to go up to there, and I can show how my temperature changes, okay? So for today's maths activity, I want you to read the temperatures and write the temperatures to match on the different thermometers that I've given you. But I want you to pay really close attention to the scales on the thermometers because not all of them will go up in ones. Some of them might go up in 2s or 5s, maybe even 10s if it's going to show some really high temperatures. So make sure you pay really close attention to the numbers going up the side of the thermometer. Good luck!